Hello and welcome to another Designer SLG review featuring the Louis Vuitton Victorine wallet. This wallet is one of my favorite pieces from Louis Vuitton, which I purchased back in November 2016. It comes in a wide range of materials and colors. This is in the classic monogram canvas with a fuchsia interior, which currently retails for $570 or 385 euros. The links are in the description box below. This wallet measures 12 by 9 by 2.5 centimeters. It's an envelope style trifold compact wallet in gold color hardware. The snap button closure for this piece is in the same color with the interior, although it's not the same for all pieces, as some may have the gold or silver color hardware depending on the type of material and interior color. It's one piece of canvas, as you can see. The total length of this opened is 24 centimeters. This wallet features 6 card slots, 2 slip pockets, a bill compartment, and a zipped coin compartment. When I purchased this wallet, the card slots were extremely tight. I usually carry 10 cards with me, and I wanted to utilize the available slots on this wallet. So I stocked it with my unused cards and didn't use the wallet for a few days so that it can stretch out. Initially, I only put 1 card per slot, but when I checked after a couple of days, it was still very tight, so I doubled up the cards and left it for 3 more days to stretch out. It made a huge difference, and it stretched out just enough for each card to fit snugly into the slots without the struggle of pulling out a card. So this is how I use this wallet. I put 1 card on each slot and 1 card on each slip pocket. I do not recommend putting more than 1 card on the slip pocket, especially if the wallet is full, as it may stretch out and put a lot of pressure on this specific stitching at the top. As I've mentioned in my other videos, we don't really use coins where I live, so I put my remaining 2 cards in the zipped coin compartment, which fits nicely, and then I just have a few bills in the bill compartment. Let's discuss the pros of this wallet. For such a compact size, this wallet fits 10 cards comfortably. I have 6 here and 2 underneath the slip pockets, and again the other 2 in the coin compartment, so that's a total of 10. I really do not suggest adding any more cards than that, and I'll explain that later once I discuss the wear and tear. The bill compartment itself measures 11.2 by 20.5 centimeters from this seam to this end here, and it fits any currency. My favorite thing about this wallet is the easy access to 2 of my most used cards because of the vertical layout, which is similar to the Miu Miu wallet I previously reviewed. I'll put a link here in case you haven't watched it yet. So if for instance I just need my credit card, then I don't have to take the wallet out of my bag. I simply take the card out and put it back in. The slots are snug and the cards won't fall off, even if the other slots are empty, just in case you're worried about that. Since it's a compact size, it can fit even in my smaller, I would say almost mini bags. Here I'm showing you how it fits inside the Polène No. 1 Nano, Coach Drifter Crossbody, Ralph Lauren Kaylee Mini Saddle Crossbody, and the MCM X Mini Stock Backpack. Now onto the cons. The bill compartment cannot accommodate a lot. If you do put a lot of bills in, I strongly suggest to leave the snap button open like so. Because if you force to close it like I did once, it will wrinkle this part here, as you can see, and that was my biggest regret. If you want to be able to close it properly, I do not suggest keeping any more than 20 bills. I also suggest that the bills are positioned higher instead of pushing it down, so that this section at the bottom of the seam does not stretch out. Another con is the flat coin compartment. If you intend to put coins, it also cannot accommodate a lot since it does not have a gusset. Even if you only have about 10 coins or less inside, it could be a struggle to take them out, especially if you have the card slots full, since there's no room to move around, so I would suggest to use a dedicated coin purse instead. Let's move on to the wear and tear. As you may have heard or seen in other reviews, the color on the snap button will fade or peel off over time. In my case, it has slightly faded, but considering that I have had this for 3.5 years, it's not so bad compared to my Rosalie snap button, which I've only had for a year and 7 months. I think the color also plays a huge factor in this case, since the Rosalie is in the rose ballerine, so it's much more bound to wear than the Victorine Infusia. I'm not too worried about this though, since the snap buttons can be replaced for a small fee in case I decide to have it repaired in the future, but I will only do that when they're completely worn out. You can apply clear nail polish on such snap button closures like other people did, but I did not do it since I did not want to risk losing my 2-year warranty, which I ended up using on this wallet when I faced a glazing issue. I noticed that the glazing in this corner cracked open about 1 year and 4 months of owning it, so I had the chance to have it repaired for free and have not had the same issue on this corner ever since. As for other parts of the wallet, the glazing on this tiny section has already come apart from the leather. I also noticed that this section is about to crack open. This is the reason why I do not recommend stuffing the coin compartment with more than 10 coins or more than 2 cards, as the glazing may easily crack open if you do so. In this section here, there seems to be a bit of fraying, but I don't see it getting worse anytime soon, as it still seems to be attached to the leather. The glazing at the bottom seam, as well as the other curved sections, are holding up quite well and are in perfect condition. With time, the canvas tends to lose its shape, and as you can see, the edges have now curled outwards. Although it's only much more noticeable when it's empty, so I'm not too worried about that. I've seen and read so many reviews before and people getting worried about this leather zipper pull being flimsy and thin, but it's actually surprisingly sturdy. It has held pretty well over the past years and I don't see it failing anytime soon. I just make sure that I tuck this in nicely, as I don't want to see any bends on the tab. The stitching has frayed a little bit, particularly on the external curved sections of the wallet, and I think this is due to constant rubbing against other things inside my bag or the lining of the bag itself. Other than that, everything else is in great shape. So to conclude this review, I think this wallet has held up quite well for 3.5 years. After mustering the courage to get the Rosalie in Monogram Rose Ballerine, I really wanted to purchase the Victorine in Monogram Rose Ballerine as well, but I keep telling myself that there's a lot more on my wish list rather than having two of the same items with a different interior. So if you like the Rose Ballerine, I say go for it. It's not as troublesome as I thought it would be, although I did have some issues with my Rosalie in Rose Ballerine, which I'll discuss in another video soon, so stay tuned. I hope you found this review informative. It would really help me a lot if you give this video a thumbs up. Stay tuned to my channel by hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to ding that bell so that you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and bye for now.